Welcome back. In this experiment, we're going to try and prove the hypothesis that there's enough fluoride in teeth to etch glass. Let's get started. What I'm going to try to do is to etch a name into this piece of glass. First of all, the glass has to be cleaned to remove any traces of oil so that the experiment will work properly. I'm assuming there's enough fluoride in teeth in the form of calcium fluoride to make hydrofluoric acid. So what I'm going to do is react the calcium fluoride with aqueous sulfuric acid in the hope that I'll get a small amount of hydrofluoric acid. This small beaker contains concentrated sulfuric acid, which I'm going to dilute with water. This is what I'm hoping will happen. The calcium fluoride reacts with the sulfuric acid, which is a strong acid, to make hydrofluoric acid, which is a weak acid, and calcium sulfate. So even if there are trace amounts of fluoride in the tooth, it should be enough. Hopefully. I'm going to have to cover up some portions of it. And I thought I'd use wax. So I have some wax there, which I'm going to melt and then coat on one surface of this piece of glass. Our wax is almost completely melted. Now it's time to coat one surface of the glass with the melted wax. On this side, I just wrote the name that I want to engrave. This part is covered in permanent marker ink, so hopefully the hydrofluoric acid will not etch this part. Make sure you go over it a couple of times to make sure it's got a good covering of the ink to protect the glass underneath it. Next, let's make the hydrofluoric acid. We're going to add a little bit of water to these teeth, about that much, and then carefully pour in some concentrated sulfuric acid. This really should be done in a plastic vessel. So what I'm going to do is transfer it into this bigger vessel. Here I'm just grinding them up a little bit to make sure that they react quicker with the acid. I added just a little bit more water. Now I'm going to take my glass that I want to etch and submerge it underneath there and make sure that it's covered. We'll leave that there overnight and come back tomorrow and see what it looks like. Well, I'm examining it after at least 2 days in the acid solution, and it doesn't look like there's any etching of the glass. So basically, there's not enough fluoride in teeth to make sufficient hydrofluoric acid to be able to etch glass. So experiment failed. Anyway, thanks for watching. At least we proved the hypothesis that there's really not enough fluoride in teeth to be able to make hydrofluoric acid and etch glass with it. I plan on repeating this experiment using sodium fluoride and sulfuric acid. Check back soon for that video.